Why, hello, Capricorn. I'm going to be pulling some tarot cards for you for the month of December 2022 from the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. Let me shuffle the deck here. This is for the general collective of Capricorn. If you have Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising heavily in your chart, you identify with the sign of Capricorn, then this reading is for you. But you are the person who is living your life. So please take it as it resonates. Let it land where it lands in your life. It might land in a few different areas, okay? So use your own free will and good judgment to make decisions based on what you hear in this reading or any reading, guys, because your life is your own, Capricorn. So let's take a look here. Wowza, you have some cards going on. Capricorn. What's going on with you, friend? I'm going to get you another final guidance from my own deck here. If you do not know who I am, Spirit Speaks Psychic Medium Heidi, that is me, the one and only. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please feel free to do so by clicking that little notification bell so you never miss anything from me. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I do a lot of cool stuff there, and I also book private sessions. I have tarot videos on demand. There's nothing coming out for you. Let's see. There are links in the description box on meeting with me. I will never reach out to you on any kind of a level, so please, if you want to connect with me, that would be the valid avenues to do that. Protect yourself, Capricorn. I see you got a lot going on. Let's jump into your December tarot spread. Current energy, Four of Pentacles. Whew. All right. So the Four of Pentacles is about taking a real inventory at your physical, tangible life, deciding what is precious and important to you, prioritizing that, and moving in a healthier direction for yourself, okay? Do you see this individual's eyes are closed? They're not looking around to see how everybody else feels about the big change. They are really tuned in, clutching the important items to their chest, and they're deciding to move in a direction unknown. Maybe it is known. Who knows what this is for you, Capricorn, but you're deciding to choose you. What is important to you in your life without regard to too many other people, because maybe you have one or two others that are important to you, as well as this item, that item, my job, my house, whatever this is, my car. I don't know what you're doing, but you're making big moves, plans to change things because you're not okay with the status quo as it is right now in December. So what is your overall monthly theme? 10 of Wands. Now, this can indicate moving. I'll just say that right now. Both of these cards, there's a few cards in your deck that look to me to be possibly moving location, switching jobs, changing a family dynamics or relationship status. Totally up to you. Let it land wherever it is in your life, Capricorn. You know you. I'm in the collective here, but this can indicate moving, the overall monthly theme, or it can just really indicate carrying a lot of baggage and burdens around. Maybe you have a busy schedule. Maybe there's a lot on your plate right now. Maybe something's weighing really heavily on your heart. That's why you're feeling like you need to make this kind of a move or decision, a choice, okay? But how are others perceiving you in the month of December? Two of Cups. You're someone I can count on. You're someone that I care about. You're somebody who's fair and balanced, somebody that really matters to them, okay? Others perceive you, Capricorn, as a trustworthy individual. Maybe they rely on you a little too much. Maybe they rely on you a little too heavily. Maybe you're just moving. You're just coming from a move. You're just getting to a new space. That's why you're starting off the month with this, and this is your overall monthly theme. Maybe you're moving to a new place. You have the important people with you, but it's really hard to unpack and unsettle and decide to plug in where you're at, okay? Make sure you have those important things and people with you. I see that is what is so important right now. The physical objects that you need, the physical people that you need, the sustainable things that you trust that really matter to you. That is what you're clinging to at this time. That is what's going to get you through this period that feels a little burdensome, a little heavy, a little like you got a lot to do. Seeing if you can delegate some of this stuff to others in your life that you trust. You know who you trust and who you don't. I feel like you're leaving the people you don't trust in the dust. All right. Let me sip my drink here. And that's not a bad thing. That's not selfish. All right. Whether you're coming from a move or deciding to make big changes, I see this in the cards. Take it as it resonates. I vape. This is a nicotine vape. We're all real people here. So what are you leaving in the past? Capricorn. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. This is can also be moving. Okay, I said a couple of moving cards I see here for you. What are you leaving in the past? Other things that don't necessarily serve the path that you want to be on. Okay, you're deciding to move into a healthier space, but you're not like leaving wreckage in your wake. Okay, like this card indicates like I'm keeping what's precious to me and I'm moving forward, but you don't want to hurt anybody. So the fact that you're leaving this in the past, you're like, you know what? I'm cutting ties. I'm cutting people out completely. I don't want to hurt anyone else, but I'm done with this whole. I feel like there's a dance going on. I feel like there's some kind of a dance or a charade, a beating around the bush of sorts. Okay, and your spirit team is saying that you are going to be seen, or you are now being seen for the person that you truly are. So who are you, Capricorn? Who are you inside? I know that there are a few people or instances that really light you up, a few things that really bring you joy that you depend upon, but I need you to know that even without those things, you are still you. You are still valuable, you are still worthy, you are still yourself, with or without the positive aspects of your life, with or without the negative drawbacks that you may have had to deal with in the past. So you're leaving things behind you. Okay. You're leaving the past in the past. Great card, but you're not hurting anybody in the process. That's important to you. You have integrity here, just as you don't want anyone to hurt you and stomp all over your feelings or your dreams or your bank account. All right. You feel the same responsibility towards others. You want to move forward in a healthy way. And that means closing things up, tying things up in a healthy way as well. So what are you bringing and keeping with you? Page of Pentacles. This could be a new money venture. Okay. You're learning a new job. Maybe you've gotten a job offer in another place and that's why you're moving. That's why you're considering, okay, well, I'll take the job or I'll think about taking the job, but how would it really look in my life? How would I really move into that scenario? How would I really get there? So what you're bringing with you is this newfound knowledge of I can do this. I can juggle this. I can learn new things. I'm hearing now, when you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And you're not an old dog, Capricorn. You are a new person in every moment. You get to choose who you are. You get to choose where you go. You get to choose how you spend your time and energy. Okay. I see that you got a lot on your plate. Okay. Probably because you're learning this new job. You're learning this new money venture. You're putting you're putting your energy into these different avenues that are going to be financially or tangibly lucrative for you. Okay. Sustainable for you. I want you to know that you can only hold this frequency for so long. The page is about learning something new, learning to keep step. You see how they're standing on one foot? They're kind of juggling this thing. Their face is turned to the side. They're not caring about what other people think. They're really focused on the task at hand. And that is what is going to get you to the next place. Okay. You're focusing on what is in front of you and what is the next right move to make, the next right thing to do, even if you feel a little uncertain. Why? Because it feels better than this, right? It feels better than the burdens and the baggage and the stagnant, stale energy that you've been sitting in that you know is not working. So you're deciding to step in a whole new direction, even if it's brand freaking new to you. It's more exciting than that old boring stuff that you're used to. Okay. Again, I say it's not selfish to cut ties and decide to shift your focus, decide to change, even if you're leaving a long-term relationship, even if you're deciding to get out of the career field that you've been in for years and you're going to decide to do this other thing. If you are called to do that by God, you cannot decline the call of the divine. Okay. Eventually it will find you again. Okay. So making sure that you are holding on to the things that are precious with you and taking them with you because they want to come. All right. They want to come. They care every bit as much about you as you about them. And if that's not a lot, then that tells you something, doesn't it? All right. So, what is a challenge or an obstacle that you may face in the month of December? You have a reading here, Capricorn. I got to vape again. My heart goes out to you. You will move through this. It's only temporary. Everything is only temporary in this life. Even if you buy a new house, it's temporary. Even if you pay off that house, it's temporary. You can sell it and move again or buy a second house or do any old thing you want to do. Your life is your own and you have years and years and years ahead of you, Capricorn, to do with as you like. And we're not getting any younger. You know what I mean? So starting now with this new thing, shifting now as opposed to waiting 5 years, 10 years, and then finally deciding like, is it better then? Will it be better then? Nothing's going to come together cohesively. Nothing's going to come together cohesively, not when it rubs you the wrong way inside. That's an invitation from your divine spirit that is gauging you to move in a different direction away from that friction. Okay. So listen to your inner knowing, a challenge or an obstacle, being satisfied and content on your own. Thriving in an emotional way by yourself, with or without others. I know you have others that you care about, okay? Maybe you're leaving that scenario. Maybe there's going to be a temporary distance. Maybe it's a permanent distance. We'll just see about that. I don't necessarily feel like that's the case, but circumstances can change at any moment. And sometimes it's hard to be alone by ourselves and not and maybe even having a lot of stuff to do. You know what I mean? Like, man, I can't even enjoy my alone time. I'm so busy. I'm so busy tackling things all on my own. So spirit says to throw yourself into that, throw yourself into the learning, throw yourself into these actionable steps that you can take to better your life, to move forward and progress on your path. Okay. That is going to help you to get through this downtime, alone time where you're feeling a little bit left out, where you're feeling a little bit like unsupported, whether this to be the environmental circumstances or actual changes in the dynamics of the relationships between you and others. Okay. I see that you're a good person. I almost look here, just take this as it resonates, Capricorn. I almost wonder here if you're still pretending to be in that same relationship scenario or situation. And other people think everything's gravy, and you're like, no way, we're separating, or something like this. I mean, drop that in the comments if you understand what I'm talking about here. I would love to hear about it, because I see this in your cards. How from the outer world things look peachy keen, but on the inside, not so much. Okay, and you're deciding, you know what can I do to just shift gears a little bit to start putting things into motion for the long-term future that I have for myself. And it is dissatisfying to have to start over again, but you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. You're starting right here and now with the life that you want to live instead of the life that you're currently living in. Okay. So, how do you handle this alone time aside from throwing yourself into the tasks at hand? In a form of escapism, I must say this, it's not a bad thing because you're tackling stuff that needs done. So you're productive in escaping with this, in this way with these tasks that you have to do. So how else can you do your best to overcome the challenge that you might have of not being satisfied with your own circumstances and by yourself? This is a serious card. How to handle this. Five of Pentacles. Be honest, man, about who's really there for you and who's not. Be honest about who's on the outside of the door. I know the key is there. The key is there, and this person can go inside, but they don't even want to anymore because they're like, man, what do I have in there? Like, what do I have in there that's so precious and important? Nada. Nothing. That's what's going on. You know what? So allow yourself to feel these feelings. Allow yourself to know that even if you weren't alone, you'd be back in that company as it sits until you hold that space for something new. We're wanting to move forward, not progress back into that same old stagnant scenario where you're not supported, where you're not happy, where you're not thriving in the ways that you could. Be honest with yourself about that. And another message, be honest with yourself about other people being able to make their own decisions as well. Nobody relies upon you, Capricorn, for the air that they breathe in their lungs. Okay. Everybody has free will. And some people might pity me, poor me, give to me, this or that. And you're like, oh my God, I don't have much to give, but I guess I'll give you the shirt off my back. Capricorn, you got to stop doing that, because those people are looking out for number one as well, and they're not concerned about the detriment or the hole of debt that it might be putting you into, whatever this is. So recognizing that at the end of the night, at the end of the day, you are sleeping alone in your skin, and you are the one who has to deal with your life, your circumstances, and the consequences and repercussions of the decisions that you have made. So start making decisions for yourself, not for everyone else or in the name of everyone else. Okay. Big message recap. What to embrace. Wow. Are you kidding me? Let me just say this. It's a heavy theme this month. You got a lot of stuff going on. You got a lot of emotional baggage that you might be carrying. Remember how to handle this singleness, how to handle this being alone, dealing with this stuff is by realizing how freaking alone you are. Okay. And that's kind of challenging, but sometimes we need that perspective. I am alone, but I'm capable. I can get this done. I'm resourceful. I'm creative. I can make things happen regardless of if I have support in my environment or not. Okay. Because I see that you support others, but do they support you in the same way, Capricorn? Taking a look at those things. What to embrace? Five of Swords. Being honest again. Being honest about your limitations, being honest about the lack of support from people in your environment, being honest about the negativity that other people might add to your space, the negativity that other people might add to your life. I know that being alone or spending some alone time might be distasteful, especially if you've been used to having your time occupied by other people or other things, a job, whatever this is. But you're moving into this new space where it's a little uncomfortable. Like, I don't even know what to do. What should I make for dinner? What should I eat? I don't even know, right? I don't even know. Realizing what do other people really add to your life? The people who add quality to your life, those are the people to keep with you. And I see here gossip, man, what to embrace, not listening to any of that gossip, not letting anybody's words or naysayers bring you down, cap your light, tell you that you can't make it on your own. I see this here, Capricorn. You can. You can make it on your own. You are a survivor and you've been through things that other people have no idea about. You can make it through this and you will make it up and out of this and into a brighter space. But it's about you standing on your own 2 feet and proving to yourself that you can do this with or without other people's support. You can. You're strong. This is also a call to me for mental health awareness. Okay. So we live in a 3D physical dimension. We all have our physical bodies. Sometimes we need to see the doctor. Sometimes we need to see a therapist, a counselor. There may be medication that you could take that can help you get onto a more balanced equilibrium. Please take that as it resonates. Use your own free will and good judgment to do that. I am not a medical doctor of anything at all. But this card indicates to me that maybe it's time to embrace your own mental health and well-being. Okay, maybe it's time to realize exactly where you stand within yourself, within your thoughts, and not to be a naysayer on your own ambitions. What to release and avoid in the month of December. Major Arcana card number 10, the Wheel, getting sucked back into the same old patterns that you're trying to get out of, Capricorn. Okay. You are moving into a new space. Okay. A new space. All these cards indicate, regardless of if you're actually moving location, which I've got chills on this, I feel like you're literally different job, different house, different city, different family. Maybe you're just moving off on your own. You're branching out on your own. I feel like other people think everything's cool. Okay. I wonder if you're going to just sneak off in the middle of the night and disappear. I don't know what you're up to, but it's crazy. Maybe you have a long distance relationship going on and it's freaking hard and burdensome. It's hard and burdensome. But again, embracing this, no one's going to help me change my life but me. No one's going to help me put food on the table or pay the bills but me. I need to be self-reliant on myself. That is where we're at, Capricorn, for the month of December. All right. And if you want to create some celebration that's fantastic, then you do it. Do it and invite the people who matter to you. Do not invite people who cause that kind of nonsense in your brain. Okay. People who want to naysay, oh, really? That's all you got, Capricorn? Oh, you're not even doing as good as I thought you would do. You can't thrive on your own. These are the people who cause this tension, friction within you, emotionally or mentally, and you can adjust the time that you spend with them. You don't have to invite them over. You can hang up the phone if you're on the phone with them or don't answer the call. You can cut them out of your life completely because there is a wall forming between you and reality. And that wall is built on the words of other people. Okay. So recognizing, where did I come up with this idea? Where did I get this opinion? Where did I get this opinion that I can't make it on my own? Well, maybe it's because my parents always told me, you'll never amount to anything. You'll never be able to do that if I'm not here to do it for you. These are untruths that we can assume as our own, Capricorn, and Spirit is saying no longer. No longer. You're no longer that child. You're no longer that victim. You're no longer that person that you used to be even yesterday. You are choosing right here and now to be whoever in the hell you want to be. And the person that you want to be, that you should be, is the person that you are inside, that you feel yourself to be, you know yourself to be. You have a choice to get swept off into the crowd, to get swept off into those same old energetic patterns. You could be shedding some addictions here. You could be shedding some dysfunctional family members, some unhealthy jobs, habits, coping mechanisms, whatever this is. You are deciding to release this. Don't get sucked back into it. Sometimes when life gets hard, we go, oh no, where's that crutch? Where's that crutch that I always use when life gets hard? Spirit says you are stronger than you think, and you no longer need that crutch anymore. You have everything within you all on your own. Okay. Now, others in your life, their actions or their attitudes. This is why I say, are you having a secret, something or other? 10 of Cups. All right. Others perceive you as 2 of Cups. Others' actions and attitudes in your life are 10 of Cups. These are both very loving cards. But did you see all the rest of the turmoil we have here? From the outer environment, you've got it going on in the family sense, in a romantic way, in your job, whatever. You feel like you're the dependable one, the successful one. Everybody's loving and giving. Maybe from the outside looking in, you do have that partnership, but it's long distance right now. It's not quite what you want it to be. Maybe you're having to step away from that for whatever reason, or it's been stepped away from you, taken away from you for some reason, temporarily, I say, because it's still there. Somebody's trying to uphold appearances here. These cards don't mesh at all with the rest of your reading, which is all about you. This is about the outer world and how the outer world perceives you. And hey, man, you can just maybe you can keep up any appearances that you want to, but if you're not living authentically, it's not going to be sustainable. It is not, Capricorn. It's not going to be sustainable. I can see how to embrace the non-support that you have, other people feel like they're supporting you. Oh yeah, I love Capricorn, everything's gravy, everything's great. But inside you're like, what the heck? How come I have to do everything on my own? How come I have to do everything on my own? There's hella stuff to get done. How come I'm doing all of this on my own? Maybe I should leave. Maybe I should go. Maybe I should do everything on my own. If this isn't reciprocal, if this isn't balanced, I see this here. Now, and the bottom of the deck here, in your heart and at your core, Capricorn, Major Arcana card number 20, the Judgment. This is about knowing your worth, knowing that you don't have to do everything on your own. All right. And as long as you are staying in a scenario where you are non-supported, right? Or you're the one who is supporting everybody else and nobody else is pulling their weight, you're not making space for God to bring into you what you deserve. You're not making space for the universe to magnetize into your experience exactly what you deserve and what you're putting out, which is a whole heck of a lot of effort. So deciding that you are okay on your own, with or without these people, with or without that job, with or without a perfect house, with or without excessive income, whatever this is, Capricorn, these struggles, these stressors that you have, realizing that you can solve these problems on your own. You don't need other people, because I feel like other people aren't exactly there for you in the ways that you need them. You're thinking about branching out, or you already have. It's not a bad idea. It's really not a bad idea to choose you, to decide, you know what, these living conditions aren't up to par for me. I'm going to go elsewhere, and I'll live a meager life if that's what I need to do until I can get to the next place that I want to be. Okay. The next healthier place, because you deserve that. You deserve every happiness in life, just like everybody else. And I want to say this. Sometimes we have a tendency to watch movies and be like, oh, these romance movies, these love stories, that's not real. That's Hollywood. No, you can really have something like that as long as you hold that space for that. And you don't fill that up with something that isn't that, something that doesn't meet that standard. Sometimes too quickly we grab a hold and go, oh, this must be the one. This must be it. This must be the job. This must be the whatever. And then we see these red flags. We get these warning signs and we just ignore them until pretty soon it's this big, huge, heavy burden that's on us. It's weighing heavily on us. How did I get into this mess? How did I get stuck with this situation that I'm in that's nothing like what I had hoped it would be, nothing like what I anticipated it would be? You deserve what you anticipate. You deserve your hopes and dreams, and you can get there as long as you can take the next right step, hold that space, and don't settle for anything less, Capricorn. Now, this isn't a part of your spread, but I see it underneath this card. 10 of Swords, final endings, walking away from what you know no longer serves you, and not looking back to make sure, do they miss me? To make sure that everyone's okay. All right. Not looking back, embracing life. I got to give you this one too, right underneath it, the Sun. Do you see how different these cards are? Spirit wants me to show these to you. Turning your back on things that aren't working for you, things that are causing havoc and nonsense in your life. Not looking back versus flipping the page, flipping the script, a whole new chapter where you're flipped around, your arms are open, you're open to the universe, you're open to the sun, you're open to the happiness that spirit wants to bring into your life. And you find that by holding space until it presents itself to you, treating yourself with all of the joys and all of the pleasures and all of the pampering and the love that you want a partner, a job, a town, whatever this is to give you. Whatever you want to come back to you, you're putting that out into the universe. You got to start doing it now. Throw yourself into that now. Final guidance from my own deck here: waiting. Waiting. Sometimes we can wait for the life that we want, like a stone on the beach. This little pound sign here, that's a marker for something that's important to you. And there's all this distance in between, time, distance, emotions in between you and that which you seek. Now, for some of you who have this long distance relationship where everything else seems fine, but I'm actually doing all this shit by myself, you're not waiting for no reason at all. Okay. You're not. You're waiting for that partnership to come back to you. And as you grow and up level and evolve and change and love yourself, your partnership will come back to you and love you in much the same way, or they won't. And you'll be a dissonant energy and they will resonate away from your environment. That is how it works. But if you are somebody who is simply deciding to make the next right choice for yourself and moving through this whatever scenario that you know is not working for you, you're waiting and holding space. You're treating yourself, you're loving yourself, you're teaching the universe what it's like to meet your own needs. And the universe will bring into your experience events, experiences, people, job opportunities, these kinds of things that will match the frequency that you are setting, the tone that you're setting of your life. So this waiting time is not for nothing. It's a grooming period to set the schedule of the life that you intend to have and keep sustainably. So holding this space for yourself, for the beautiful life that you want to have, is valid time spent, I'm telling you, within yourself, changing these patterns within yourself and not getting sucked back into the old, not getting sucked back into the things that no longer serve you, not getting sucked back into the facade of what people think your family should look like, your job should look like, your bank account should look like, your hair should look like, whatever this is. You're deciding to choose you. You're deciding what's important to you. And that starts with, do I want some coffee this morning? Do I want to listen to my music? Should I watch the news? What are these things? You are learning yourself and you're setting the tone for your life based on who you are today, not your past experience, not who you've been before, not how you've always been treated by people. You get to choose now. And if people aren't treating you up to standard, then they're no longer in your life. And you can hold that space and wait for spirit to give you what you deserve. That is what is indicated for you in the month of December, Capricorn. My heart goes out to you, man. A little bit of turbulence here, but you will make it through this. You will make it through this. You are divinely guided and supportive. Follow your heart. Throw yourself into those duties and obligations that you know need done, at least to kill some time while you're still acclimating to these new circumstances, Capricorn. I thank you so much for tuning in with me. If you enjoyed this video, give it a little thumbs up button so that YouTube will share it with other people. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, feel free to do so you never miss another thing from me. I do have links in the description box if you're interested in connecting with me on another platform or on a deeper level. And I send you so much love and blessings. I will see you on the mid-month, Capricorn. Bye, friends.